Hello everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening all. Shall we start our class?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. So in yesterday's class, we were trying to understand web server. So what is web server? How to create that web server? And you understood, right? Only 4 steps that we followed yesterday. First, we launched a Linux instance. Then we installed web package. Then we created one file. Inside, we kept web content. And finally, we started web service, right? These 4 things. And finally, what we did, we have opened HTTP port. Okay, so that is how we create web server in Linux. In Windows, also kind of same that we are going to see in our upcoming classes. That's very easy. In Windows, in fact, it is much more easy. Okay, that anyways we are going to see in our upcoming classes. Okay, fine. Now, let me explain one more thing. See, yesterday I said, right, there are total 4 ports that we discussed. One is RDP, then SSH, HTTP, HTTPS, correct? There are total 4 ports. RDP, SSH, HTTP, HTTPS. So RDP port number is 3389, SSH port number is 22, HTTP is 80, HTTP is 443. So where do we use RDP? If at all you want to access your Windows instance, then we use RDP. If at all you want to access Linux instance, then we use SSH. Okay. Then HTTP, where we use, whether you take Windows or Linux, if at all your website is running inside that one, website is running. If customers, they want to access website, okay, so browser request will go through a port called HTTP. So if you make it either Windows or Linux as a web server, if people want to access your website, then you have to open HTTP. Got it? So I hope you understood now. That's what yesterday what we did. We launched Linux. In that we opened SSH. We entered inside that machine through SSH. We executed some commands. Then after that we installed web server and all. Then finally we open HTTP port so that customers can able to access my website. Then what about HTTPS then? Where do we use this one? HTTPS. Let me put it in simple terms. See, either you can use HTTP or you can use HTTPS. Both are almost same, almost. If at all customers, if they want to access website, then in your machine you have to open ports, either HTTP or HTTPS. Both are kind of same, almost same. There is no much difference. Either you can open either HTTP or HTTPS, but with a small difference that we are going to see in today's class. Okay. So what is the difference? Simple guys. HTTP, HTTPS. The only difference is the one letter, extra letter, that is S. S means secure. S means secure. Let's see what is this secure and how it is secure. Assume that this is online SBA banking website. Online SBA bank, and this is my laptop. Okay. So SBI people, what they did, they already installed web package. They created that website and all, everything already they kept, right? Suppose if I want to access my website, I mean, if I want to check my account balance, so anyways, they have open HTTP port, HTTP. So what I do, I type online SBI in my browser. Then I can see that website. Then I enter username and password. So then that time, my request will go like this through HTTP port. Will load the page and response will get like this. Then I can see my account balance and all. Correct. That is how actually it works. Okay. Suppose in this case, see your request is going in a plain text format. You can see your request is going in a plain text format and coming back in a plain text. Suppose if any hacker is there, what these hackers they do, they always try to do some harm to us. Correct? They try to steal some data, they try to delete some data. Okay. One thing we have to accept that they do have very, very good knowledge. They have really good knowledge, but they are utilizing that knowledge for bad purposes. Correct? For bad purposes they are using. Now, if any hacker is there, what he can do, he can get my data. He can, the request, he can read the request. From that, he can get to know my username and password. If that happens, then hacker can steal my money in the bank. He can steal money from my account. If that happens, can I trust SBI? No, right? Next time onwards, I'll choose some other bank. Correct? If that happens, that is big loss for SBI. Correct or not? So that's why what these SBI people, they do. These guys, they talk to some third-party companies, government approved companies. Okay. So those companies are responsible to provide SSL certificate. Those companies are responsible to provide SSL certificate. Either you can call SSL or secure certificate. Secure. SSL means secure socket layer. Secure socket layer. So these SBI people, they talk to third-party companies. Those are government registered companies. So those companies are responsible to provide SSL certificate. Okay. I'll tell you what is this SSL. These SBI people, they are paying money and they are getting certificate. No, that is not only the criteria. Money is not only the criteria. Okay. I'll tell you. Suppose if you want passport. So you are paying money to Government of India and you are getting passport. Money, is that money only criteria? No. When you apply for the passport, anyways, you have to pay the money. And also these police people, they come to your home, they verify your background and all. So background verification is also one of the criteria. Correct or not? So same here also, SBI people, they are paying money and they are getting certificate. No, that is not only the criteria. Before they provide that certificate, that company, they come to this website, they verify what kind of web content they are hosting. They are means SBI. These guys are hosting, whether it is legally accepted or not, whether they are following government guidelines or not. Okay. Okay. All these things they verify. Okay. Whether this, what kind of web content they are hosting. Okay. Okay. They are verified. They have verified everything is fine. They are following government guidelines and they are not following any illegal content. They are not using any copyright content and all. Everything is good. So then these third-party companies, they provide their certificate, SSL certificate to SBI. So that certificate contains two keys, guys. Two keys. One is encryption key. Another one is decryption key. One is encryption key, another one decryption key. Encryption key means, suppose the plain text is there. If you encrypt that plain text with encryption key, the plain text, which will be converted to unreadable format. See, a plain text is that you can see, but if I encrypt, that you can't read. Decrypt means converting unreadable format into readable format. So one notepad is there, a lot of content is there that you can read, But if I encrypt, that you can't read, that will be some unreadable format that will be converted. That is what we call encryption. Decryption means converting unreadable format text into readable format text. Okay. So that certificate contains two keys, encryption key, decryption key. Okay. So these SBI people, they got that certificate. That is fine. Now, the moment they get this certificate, then onwards, these SBI people, they are eligible to open a port called HTTPS. You can say HTTPS. After buying that certificate only, they can open a port called HTTPS. So what actually happens when they open HTTPS? See, when I try to access my website, if I want to check my account balance, my request will go here. At the end of my laptop, with the help of encryption keys, the request will be in an encrypted format and it will go in an encrypted format. The request will go in an encrypted format, and at the end of their web server here, that will be decrypted with these decryption keys, and it will load the page website. Then again it will come again with the help of these encryption keys. The request will go in an encrypted format, and here that will be decrypted. Then you can see your account balance. That means when your request is on the fly, okay, that is going in an encrypted format. Now also hacker is there, he can get my data, but he can't read my data. Correct or not? He can't read my data. Then if he doesn't understand the data, then what is the use of getting data? Correct. He can say username password is there, but he is unable to understand. Okay, see, if I show some other language, Chinese language, if I say, hey, it is very, very important. If you don't understand, what is the use? Correct or not? Whether it is important, not important, it doesn't matter, right? Correct or not? Here also, he can get the data, but he cannot understand the data. So that's of no use, right? So that is how we are providing security. Understanding, right? That's so suppose you might be having it. So without buying certificate, what if I open HTTPS port? I don't have any certificate, I did not buy. But what if I open HTTPS port? If you open HTTPS port without buying that certificate, that will act as HTTP only. HTTPS port act as HTTP only, there won't be any encryption. So that is of no use. Got it? So generally the certificate that will be valid for some 2 to 3 years. The passport also valid for some 10 years and all that. After 2 to 3 years, again they come and they verify again that website and all, whether that's called renewal and all they have to do. Okay, that is so. So yesterday, let me show you here. You type online SBI. You can see here log symbol, right? Click on log symbol. Yeah, here you can see connection is secure, right? Connection is secure. So click here, click on this one. Yeah, certificate is valid. Certificate is valid. Now click on that one again. Yeah, what they are saying here? Certificate issued to onlineSBI.com. They have issued certificate to this website, issued by some DigiCert and or some third-party companies. Validity, valid from here 2020 to 2022. See, around 2 years. That's it. So after 2022, they have to renew again. Okay, yes. That is how actually it works. But yesterday, whatever we, we created one web server, right? Okay, for that, see, it was showing HTTPS here. When I copy this, if I paste here, you can see it is showing HTTPS. But yesterday, for my websites here, some IP address and all something, right? It was taking some assume not some IP address. It was taking some 10 dot something, okay, 11.45.22 something. Could be anything. Okay, but for me yesterday it was showing only HTTP. Okay, because yesterday I did not buy any certificate. Okay, so if you have a certificate, it will show HTTP. That's it. And for some websites you don't find HTTPS. Some are illegal websites. Even if they pay money, they will never provide that certificate. So which are illegal, which are banned in India. But for those same websites, if you go to abroad, there you can say HTTPS, because few things which are illegal in India, it doesn't mean that those are illegal in other country also. No, right? Okay, that is so. Those websites. Okay, I need not to tell. So that is how it works. That is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. So in companies, when we go there, automatic company guys, they buy that certificate and IT teams and network teams. So that by default HTTPS will be enabled. Okay. So that is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. Okay. Fine. So I hope you understood now. Now I'll come to all your doubts at the end of class. Okay, I'm not going to rub it. Okay, so that it will be easy for me to clarify your doubts. Next, come into next topic. Guys, you understood everyone? Please respond. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I.
Is there any voice issues from my side?
Yes, sir. It is there.
Yes, sir.
It's
Little bit.
lagging.
Is
I
it
don't
for
know
everyone?
whether it's a network
Sometimes it is
issue.
fluctuating.
Sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, for me, no more, sir. Everything fine.
For you, it's fine. Even if one is getting fine, for one, that means probably not from my side. Correct or not?
Okay.
Logically correct or not?
Logically, it's correct.
Correct, right? So yeah, check from your end. If everyone is getting issues, just do let me know. That's okay, no problem. I mean, if at all any issues from your side, you will get recorded video, right? So no problem at all. Because when I record, here there won't be any lagging and all because direct recording, right? There won't be any issue. So you can go through, no problem. Okay. Okay. So coming to next one. Guys, yesterday I explained you, right, how to create web server, right? Okay. Now there is one more tool that we need to discuss, that is mobile external. Okay. So today what I'll do, I'll show you how to create web server in a different manner. There is one more way by using which we can create web server that I'm going to explain. And also there is one more tool that I'm going to explain, mobile external, by using which you can access Linux instance. Those things we are going to see in today's class. Okay. And one more thing, guys, tomorrow we don't have any class. Tomorrow festival, right? Dashra. Actually, for my other students and all, I have declared a holiday today also. But it's a new batch and we got holidays and all right. That's why today I'm taking class. So for you guys, tomorrow we do not have any class. Tomorrow festival. Enjoy the festival. For you, our next class would be from Monday onwards. So Monday onwards, there won't be any breaks. I'll take continuously. In fact, if possible, I'll be conducting class on weekends also, so that we can cover the schedule as per that, cover the time as per the syllabus as per the schedule. Okay. Anyways, you'll get official notification from our admin. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow we don't have a class. Next class would be on Monday. Fine. Now I'm going to show you how to create web server in a different way. Okay. Let's do it. Let me log into my AWS account. Okay, tell me one thing else. Have you created your AWS accounts, everyone? Have you created AWS accounts?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
So I'm repeating it again. Today, now I'm going to explain how to create a web server in a different way. Okay, that's what we are going to see. So for that, first we are going to launch one Linux instance. Go to services, click on EC2. You remember the commands that we executed in previous class, right? Just give me one second. Let me get those commands once. Let me get those commands. Okay. So see here, observe carefully. These are the commands that we executed, right, to convert any server into web server. First, we launch a Linux instance. By entering inside Linux instance, we have executed all these commands one by one. Correct? That's what we did. That is how we created web server. But today we are going to create web server in a different manner. Let's see how it is going to be. So here, launch instance, Amazon Linux. Now T2 micro. See, in this third stage, third stage, if you scroll down, you can see here user data. Correct? User data. You can see here one box. So what you can do, instead of going inside instance and running those commands, what you can simply copy and paste all commands here itself. See, what I can do, I can simply copy and I can paste all these commands here itself. See here, I'm not giving any ls command. ls command in between somewhere we use, that is just to verify whether we, whether that file got created or not. The verification that anyways you need not to verify. So here, instead of going inside machine and running these commands, we can simply copy and paste here itself. So what actually happens when you launch instance, all these commands will be executed one by one automatically. Okay, all these commands will be executed one by one automatically. That means once you launch your instance, by the time your server will be converted into a web server, then directly you can access the website. So you need not to go inside instance to run any commands. So these are easiest way that they have given. Okay. Not only for this purpose, guys, if at all you want to run any Linux commands, okay, without going inside instance, you can just paste here so that when you launch, by default, automatically these will be executed inside instance. Understood? Okay. But there's a small change, small thing that we need to do. What is that? Here you can see. At the top, you can see one more command. What is this? This one. Okay, we have to paste this one. I'll tell you why it is so. Why? Because see, yesterday where we executed all these commands, we have executed what guys, lagging network issue again. Please respond, guys.
Yes. Continuous voice fluctuation.
Completely blocked.
Okay. Let me connect to a different one.
And Sai, are you zooming the screen?
Yeah, yes. Now you can see.
No, actually.
Let me connect to
Screen is
different network.
Well, I mean, trying to copy the commands right from that time onwards, it's lagging a lot.
Okay. What about now? Now is it fine?
Yes, I.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you repeat from the command?
I'll tell you. See, simple guys. What we did, instead of going inside instance and running these commands, what we can do here, simply we can paste all these commands here itself. Where in third stage, you can see, in third stage, if you scroll down, you can get one box, something like this. So whatever commands that you use it to install web package, use it to convert into a web server, all those commands directly can paste here. So when you launch your instance, these commands will be executed automatically. Okay, not only these commands, if at all you want to run any Linux commands, what you can do, you need not to go inside instance to run those commands. You can simply paste here so that those will be executed automatically. Okay, that is how we can do it. But as of now, these things will not work. Why? Because there is something else that we need to do. That is this one. You can see the first command also we have to paste. So what is that first command? Simple. In previous class, where we executed all these commands on top of Linux command prompt. Correct? These commands we have executed on top of Linux command prompt. Okay. But today, where you are executing on top of some plain text, which is of AWS console. Plain text. You can see. They are saying that it's a plain text. So yesterday you entered those commands on Linux command prompt. That's why those got converted into Linux commands. But today you are entering on plain text. So that's why AWS will not consider them as Linux commands. But what I want AWS should consider them as Linux commands. Okay. So for that, what I need to do, I need to copy this first command. I'll tell you what this command does. Just paste the first command. Now, what is this, guys? The Linux command prompt is right, black color string. That is what we call bash shell. In Linux class, I'll explain clearly that black color screen is a Linux command prompt, black color string. That is what we call bash shell. That will be present inside bin directory of Linux. Okay, that will be present inside bin directory. Okay, inside which instance, whatever we are launching. We are launching a Linux instance, right? Okay, so in that Linux instance, what I'm doing, first I'm taking out that bash shell, that means command prompt, from the bin directory of that Linux instance. Okay, so I'm taking out bash shell, then after that I'm executing these commands. That means literally where I'm executing, these commands I'm executing on top of bash shell, that command prompt. So these will be executed on top of command prompt. So that's why first I'm taking out command prompt from bin directory. Then on top of that, I'm entering all these commands. So these things. So automatically these will be converted into Linux commands. That is so. Okay, if you did not understand any of these things, no problem. Just remember this one. Whenever you paste something, if you paste any commands here, you have to type this one. Okay. #bin/bash. That's a convention. That is a standard practice that they are giving. That is how they design. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now here what you can do, Google, the web content, if you want to change, you can change. Here what I'll do, I'll give different content. Welcome to DevOps. DevOps _ world. Whatever web content that you want to keep. Welcome to DevOps world. Okay, that's it. Remaining things are pretty safe. Click here next. Now 8 GB is fine enough. Next, and you can give any name. Okay, web server. Next, yeah. While launching itself, we can open port called HTTP. Here you can see. You can give any name here. If that's optional, I'll give web security group. Any name, any security group. Sorry. Any name and any description. Here, you can open one more port here itself. Click here, add rule. And here you can select HTTP. Got it? Select that. That's it. SSH, HTTP. That's it. Over. Now review and launch. Now launch. And you can select a create new key pair. In upcoming classes, we'll make use of existing key pairs. As of now, I'm creating new key pair. Today's date is 14, right? 14 October. Whatever key pair that you want, you can download key pair and launch instance. That's it. Over. Now your Linux instance is a web server. You need not to go inside instance and you need not to run any commands. Those commands are already executed. Okay. So what you do, just give 2 to 3 minutes. Once it is ready, then we can able to see website. Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes. It is running. So what you do, select that instance, take public IP, you can see, copy public IP and paste here. Is it working? It's not working. It will work. You have to wait for a couple of minutes because those commands are executing right now. It takes just a couple of minutes. You have to wait. Refresh. Not ready yet. Yeah, you can see. What is this? Welcome to DevOps world. Okay, that is how it works. Understood, right? Whatever content you keep, that you can see. Okay, so that is how it works. This is very easy, right? Instead of going inside instance and running those commands, we can paste it. But that you can do while launching only. So already your instance is running. Again, you want to enter any command. For that, you have to go inside instance. That is only for the first time, that too while launching. Understood? That's how it works. Now see here, Instead of using IP address, what you can do, you can take DNS name also. If you scroll down, wait, you can see public IPv4 DNS. What is the actual difference between IP and DNS? We'll be discussing later on. But even if you take public DNS, you get the same. Yeah, you can see. That's it. Either you can use public IP or public DNS. Okay, fine. Now what I want to do, I would like to go inside this instance. I would like to go inside. So as I said, if you want to go inside any Linux instance, there are total 3 ways. One is through browser. That already we have seen. Second one is putty-puttygen. That also already we have seen. And third way, that is MOBA external. Because this we use a lot. MOBA external that we use a lot. In fact, in our entire DevOps course, we are going to use this one, MOBA external. See, these are just gates through which you are entering into Linux instance. Either you can use this one, that is up to you. Okay, but I feel this is comfort. This is really easy to use. That's why I'm using MOBA external. So let me show you how to use MOBA external. So already MOBA external is there in my laptop, which is already there. What I'll do, let me uninstall this one. I'll uninstall and I'll restart my laptop so that I can show you again from the scratch. Got it? So what you do, I'll stop this meeting. Just, after 5 minutes, I'll start again after 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll uninstall this and I'll restart my laptop.